Hi everybody, today is May 29th, 2012. I want to thank Master of Many Things 1 for the link to this article. It is posted on National Geographic. Zombie virus possible Viva rabies flu hybrid. And it says highly probable genetic tweak could cause mutant virus. Now what's interesting about this article is they did research in Miami, where it seems like they've been having a lot of reports of very bizarre behavior. And it follows along with what this article talks about. It says, though dead humans can't come back to life, certain viruses can induce such aggressive, zombie-like behavior. Scientists say in the new National Geographic Channel documentary, The Truth Behind Zombies, and it premiered on a certain date. This is an old article from 2010. For instance, rabies, a viral disease that infects the central nervous system, can drive people to be violently mad, according to Samitra Andriski, a virologist at the University of Miami's Miller School of Medicine in Florida, who also appears in the documentary. Combine rabies with the ability of a flu virus to spread quickly through the air, and you have the makings of a zombie apocalypse. Now we all know that they have Agenda 21. They want to decrease the population. So did it get loose there in Miami, or is this just the beginning of one type of biological weapon to get rid of the population? Unlike movie zombies, which become reanimated almost immediately after infection, the first sign a human has rabies, such as anxiety, confusion, hallucination, and paralysis, don't typically appear for 10 days to a year. The virus incubates inside the body. Once rabies sets in, though, it's fatal within a week if left untreated. If the genetic code of the rabies virus experiences enough changes or mutations, its incubation time could be reduced dramatically, scientists say. Many viruses have naturally high mutation rates and constantly change as a means of evading or bypassing the defenses of their host. There are various ways viral mutations can occur, for example, through copying mistakes during genetic replication or damage from ultraviolet light. They have a link here. New fast evolving rabies virus found and spreading. This is dated 2009. Evolving faster than any new rabies virus on record, a northern Arizona rabies strain has mutated to become contagious among skunks and now foxes, experts say. Just this year, there was a warning in California, I believe it was, not for rabies, but for the plague that was spreading rapidly in one of the parks. The article goes on to say the strain looks to be spreading fast, commanding attention from disease research across the United States. The article goes on to say what is unusual that the strain appears to have mutated so that foxes and skunks are now able to pass the virus onto their kin, not just through biting and scratching, but through simple socialization as humans might spread the flu. So back to the other article, says if rabies virus can mutate fast enough, it could cause infection within an hour or few hours. That's entirely plausible, Andreski said. But for the rabies virus to trigger a zombie pandemic, like in the movies, it would have to be much more contagious. Humans typically catch rabies after being bitten by an infected animal, usually a dog, and an infection usually stops there. Thanks to pet vaccinations, people rarely contract rabies in the United States today. Even fewer people die from the disease. For example, in 2008, only 2 cases of human rabies infection was reported to the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. A faster mode of transmission would be through the air, which is how the influenza virus spreads. All rabies has to do is go airborne, and you have a rage virus like in 28 days later. Max Mogg, the head of the Zombie Research Society, says in the documentary the international nonprofit is devoted to raising the level of zombie scholarship in the arts and science, according to their website. To be transmitted by air, rabies would have to borrow traits from another virus, such as influenza. Different forms or strains of the same virus can swap pieces of genetic code through processes called reassortment or recombination. But unrelated viruses simply do not hibernize in nature, Savannah told National Geographic. Likewise, it's scientifically unheard of for 2 radically different viruses such as rabies and influenza to borrow traits, he said. They're too different. They can't share genetic information. Viruses assemble only parts that belong to them and don't mix and match from different families. But how much you want to bet the government did this in a lab, because they're doing this all the time, swapping DNA to make crops, different types of viruses for, weapons, etc. And they probably were using or doing a test somewhere up in Arizona. Somehow it got to northern Arizona, right there. This article goes on to say when a skunk in Flagstaff, Arizona died of rabies in 2001, wildlife specialists thought it was a freak accident due to a one-off, run-of-the-mill bat bite. Lab tests later showed that the virus had adapted to the skunk physiology and become contagious within the species. It says it shouldn't have been passed on from skunk to skunk. Rabies has continued to crop up in skunks for 8 years now, despite periodic vaccination campaigns. And so far this year, county officials have documented 14 rabid foxes in the Flagstaff area. Now, this article was dated 2009. Now, laboratory studies in the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, in Atlanta appear to confirm that fox and skunk rabies are mutated forms of the bat strain. Now, in that movie Contagion, it was bat with pig that started the virus. This sort of rapid evolution is exactly what worries public health officials when it comes to all manner of viruses. Virologists haven't seen such fast adaptation to new species in rabies before. So once again, thanks again to Master of Many Things 1, and I'll continue to look into this. Alright, bookmark my site. I'll keep everyone up to date. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you all. Bye. Hi everybody, today is May 28, 2012. I'm sure you guys have heard by now about the zombie attack there in Miami. Evidently, the poor man that was attacked had 80% of his face literally ripped off. Before the police officer shot this so-called zombie several times, when the police officer asked him to stop, he just looked at the police officer and growled at him. And it took multiple shots before they were able to kill him. I imagine it was probably a headshot. But they're saying that it was drug-induced. And they actually have a link here to a website called Excited Delirium. There's evidently been multiple cases in Miami that has not been reported about this zombie behavior. They even have a research document page for police officers. This is from the University of Miami. Excited Delirium. You can't make this stuff up. Over the past decade, increased attention has been paid to the sudden and seemingly unexpected deaths in some highly agitated subjects being held in police custody. In most of these cases, force required to restrain or incapacitate the subject has not been sufficient to cause death, and yet they die. Symptoms of excited delirium include bizarre and/or aggressive behavior, shouting, paranoia, panic, violence towards others, unexpected physical strength, and hyperthermia. This is where they suddenly feel overheated and start ripping off their own clothes. And it says here, throughout the United States and Canada, these cases are frequently associated with drug abuse. But tests have shown that it hasn't been drug abuse. They think there's an underlying central nervous system disorder was the precipitant cause of death in these people. Goes on to say, fact, ED as they call it, is a medical emergency that presents itself to as a law enforcement problem. ED is not easily recognized. ED containment require backup personnel. ED victims exhibit superhuman strength, are impervious to pain. Restraint positions and use of electronic control devices, taser, to override the CNS. And it says ED is a life-threatening emergency. Here it says inside their bodies, their organs are burning up. They reach temperatures where they actually are burning up and actually makes them take off their clothes. So this is why a lot of these so-called zombies are naked. So I did some research and I found 3 cases in Florida. One where a man was tasered and there's a lawsuit. The most recent one, where they ripped off the poor guy's face. This here, you might want to pause this to read this if you can. Enlarge it. This is where the fellow had to be tasered and he died. This one here is where a woman attacked a man in his motorized wheelchair. He said that she claimed during the attack that she was a vampire and was going to eat him. She was later found half naked and she had no recollection of the attack. But then there was another interesting one in Colorado. This fellow evidently was at the Denver Zoo with his girlfriend, and all of a sudden he just started bringing up and started taking off his clothes and put his head under water, started acting very bizarre, attacking people. It took 5 people to get him under control. And they accused him of being on drugs too, and it was found out he was not on drugs. She thought possibly he was having a heat stroke, and this is why he started the zombie behavior, attacking and biting people. In Denver, Colorado too, there was another one where a woman walked into a convenience store and just started attacking people and biting them. Then there was a case in California where a 49-year-old woman just started going crazy and bit to death a 47-year-old friend more than a dozen times. And they said that something happened. She went crazy. Phoenix, Arizona. A man walks into a Target store and starts gnawing on some woman's foot. And then got another one here. El Paso, Texas, man was found dead of apparently, they think it was mauled by dogs, but yet no dogs were ever found. So I was thinking, you could always say, and this was in a city, El Paso, Texas, you can always blame wild dogs on zombie attacks. Right there, the dog or dogs have not been found. Another case where a naked man lunged at police, biting one in the leg. I mean, and I don't know if you can read that, but yeah. He says he picked up a woman and flung her around like she was a rag doll. The police were able to stop the assault. I believe this is also in Texas, where a couple were walking and they were attacked by a naked woman. It says if you don't think, this was the one where they were driving down the street and she was waving her arms in the air and they thought she was the victim, but she turned out to be the zombie. So then there's other parts of the world. Oh, I didn't do that one. A woman walking alone early Thursday morning was attacked from behind by a group of 6 other women she did not know, according to the police. After the attack, which police categorized as unusual, they identified what victim took herself to the medical center with a 2-inch laceration and across one of her legs and bite marks on her back. There was also a case, I believe this is the one that was in China, where a 6-year-old boy's penis was bitten off by his father. Evidently, they were walking down the street when this happened. Here's another one. Oh, is this Dubai? Because I know there was a case in Dubai. Yeah, Dubai. Man was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison and ordered his deportation from the UAE after he was convicted of robbing an Asian nurse and biting off parts of her face. The unidentified man also convicted of resisting arrest and biting the hands of 2 police officers when they caught him. So he got sentenced for 1 year for attacking the nurse. And here's one more that I found. I can get it to pop up. After some confusion, which police unit should handle the case, theft and robbery, they haven't found anything missing. A 75-year-old woman was allegedly mauled to death inside her house. She'd had no pets. Results of the autopsies, who found the dead woman in her bedroom and showed that she was killed. She was mauled to death, but nothing was missing. She was just torn to shreds. So like I said, this ED is on the rise in Miami. They're not reporting it. We'll just have to keep looking. All right, bookmark my site. I'll keep everyone up to date. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you all. Bye now.
Hello again, human beings from the planet Earth. By now, you've probably all heard about the zombie apocalypse starting in Miami. The guy chewing on another guy's face, they're both naked, and all that. And me myself, I've been wondering what the hell is going on. Is this media hype, more bullshit, distraction, or otherwise, and I was really looking at it like just a bunch of foolishness, without really finding a reason for the story, but just kind of thinking that it's bullshit. I'm rethinking that after I got a Skype conversation earlier today. I want to read this to you. It says, "Hi, brother. Thought you may want to know the virus that was this virus was developed in Miami Institute and VTech. It has somehow got out and is mutating rapidly. They do not have a vaccine at this time, but studies show those with type O blood are not infected. This is airborne now. Still researching. We'll update when you can." The link that I was given was to National Geographic from 2010. So that tells me, you know, National Geographic wasn't picking up on the media hype of the day. But I haven't had time to go through all these links and all this research that this person has done. So I'm going to put this in a document. The link to the document that you can download will be below. I've just been so out straight. But when I saw CNN blaming the zombie apocalypse in Miami deal on bath salts, I just said, I've got to get this stuff out there. Hopefully some of you can take time to do research. The links I will do more later. There is contact information. Oh, this person used to do research with Ted Gunderson before he passed away. Talking about April, and the email or Skype, as you can see here, every knee will bow. That's the Skype account. It's okay to contact, okay to research, you know, ask questions, but I can't let this go any farther. There's something to this, evidently, and we need to be on the lookout for this. The article, I'll just tell you, I did scan through National Geographic quickly, and that was relating to the zombie apocalypse being started through the spread of a rabies vaccine. And I'm really concerned because there was this onslaught in Texas where they were dropping all this rabies vaccine just recently. I can't say that they tie together. I hope to hell it doesn't, but it's something worth researching. So anyway, I'm going to get off here, stop running my mouth. All this information that I just flashed through, all these links and descriptions will be pasted onto a document, and the link to download that document for free through Mediafire will be below. Much love, stay safe, please share this information, and if anybody does have more time than I do, research this, connect the dots, give us a report. Much love, see you soon.
Hello everybody, today's May 30th, 2012. Here's yet another article of some very bizarre behavior. Makes me wonder how far this location is from Plum Island. You know, Plum Island, where they do the Frankenstein experiments and where Lyme disease came from. And evidently it's looking more and more like the rabies virus, which is now airborne and is jumping from species to species, it seems, is starting to spread. Wayne Carter threw intestines at officers after stabbing himself, police say. A New Jersey man allegedly cut out his entrails in front of police and then threw bits of his flesh and intestine at them. The gruesome scene played out at a home in Hackensack, New Jersey, where the 43-year-old Wayne Carter allegedly barricaded himself on Sunday, NBC New York reported. Officers got a call that morning when a witness said Carter was threatening to harm himself with a knife. 2 cops responded, kicking in the door, and found Carter in the corner, the station reported. Carter allegedly ignored officers' orders to put down the knife and instead began stabbing himself in the abdomen, neck, and legs. An attempt to pepper spray the bleeding man had no effect, the Associated Press reported. That's when Carter, disemboweled but responsive, reportedly threw bits of his skin and intestine at the officers. They decided to retreat and call the Bergen County SWAT team, Hackensack Police Lieutenant John Hyman told reporters. The team was able to subdue Carter and get him to the hospital, where he remained in critical condition on Monday. Hyman said he believes that drugs or mental illness may have led to the horrific incident, but those details haven't been confirmed. Quit saying it's drugs, it's not drugs. This is a virus that was created by our government, by NATO. No charges have yet been filed due to the unusual nature of the incident. And if you brainwash people want to believe that it's drugs, so be it. It's not drugs. This is something created by the government to cause people to act violently. I have a video posted from Alex Jones. I have videos posted from National Geographic saying they were working on a virus from the rabies virus to create this type of behavior. So either knowingly or unknowingly, it is now in the environment, and it's been in the environment since at least 2008, 2009. This is why the CDC put up a webpage warning people to be zombie prepared. It says it was done in tongue-in-cheek to encourage new audiences to prepare on all hazards. No, they knew this was coming. They knew about this, like I said, back in 2008, 2009. But if you guys want to think that it's bath salts or PCP, so be it. Alright, bookmark my site. I'll keep everyone up to date. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye.
No, I'm not using Photoshop. Look right here. It's a .gov, the CDC zombie page. You know, the Center for Disease Creation and Proliferation. You can see here their affiliations with Masonic symbols. They have 13 steps here in their little cube. Any of the pyramids out there that they use in their symbols always have 13 steps. Look at the back of your dollar bill. Not to veer too far off the trail. You know, when you're chasing rabbits, sometimes you wander off. Here is the zombie preparedness page on the CDC website. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit and show you. You can order from them a poster. They have a couple. They're pretty cool. Here, check it out. Look, here's the one I downloaded. It's a PDF. They're pretty big too. Don't be a zombie. Be prepared. Alright, so, and let's go ahead and move forward. We'll see here's the CDC has a fun new way of teaching about emergency preparedness, a new graphic novel. Now, I want everybody to, at least I did, I went ahead and clicked some buttons here and found the page where you can go ahead and order an actual copy of this. Because I ordered one, because believe me, when it happens and the power goes off and the internet goes down and you start seeing zombies walking around and and you go to tell your friend, no, really, they had a manual from the CDC about zombies. They're just going to think you're crazy. So make sure to get your hard copy of this. Okay, now I'll leave the links below. We'll keep moving forward here in the zombie pandemic. This is the original posting that was posted May 16th, 2011. And you'll see here a brief history of zombies. We've all seen at least one movie about flesh-eating zombies taking over. And then this lady goes to quote her favorite, which I think is just a plug for a movie. But then she goes on to say, but where do zombies come from and why do they love eating brains so much? So first off, she hasn't done any research at all, because out of the 434 zombie movies there have been, only one, I believe it's Return of the Living Dead, has them actually eating brains. The majority of zombie movies, at least the apocalyptic ones, zombies eat people. And to kick off the genre, I believe it was 1968, George Romero. So coming back here to the original posting, let's scroll down. I want to read you something funny. At least I found it funny. You'll see here next to the picture, get a kit, make a plan, be prepared. It says, if zombies did start roaming the streets, CDC would conduct an investigation, much like any other disease outbreak. CDC would provide technical assistance to cities, states, and international partners dealing with a zombie infestation. This assistance might include consultation, lab testing and analysis, patient management and care, tracking of contacts, and infection control. I wonder if that means shooting them in the head. Alright, so go ahead and get your guide. I'm going to leave all the links for you. And make sure to point this out to your friends, because when the CDC starts making you prepare for zombie attacks, you never know. I mean, they make you prepare for earthquakes, those happen. Hurricanes, those happen. Tornadoes, those happen. And now zombie attacks, so maybe those are going to happen. Hey, this is my website here, experimentalvaccines.org. I'm wondering what your favorite zombie movie is. You know, out of all those zombie movies, I like the Resident Evil kind of series. That one's pretty cool. The comedy side, I'd have to go for Shaun of the Dead. But leave me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite zombie movie is. And if you want to learn more about other ways that the government wants to impose its will on you, go ahead and come here. I have tons of movies and stuff on my website. If you want to subscribe here, it's free. Just leave me your email, and every time I post a new video, you'll get it in your inbox. So take care, folks. Fight the New World Order, and watch out. Zombies might be coming for you.